first of all, Mindy, how overwhelming is this? You've obviously, you've been on a very popular show. You've written and produced for a very popular show, but seeing yourself on posters everywhere all around town, what's the sensation?
It's good. There's part of me that wants to go to New York and everywhere else and look at billboards and things like that. I love it. It's really exciting.
Do you critique yourself on the individual billboards, or did you do that beforehand? Do you get approval of each of them?
Do I get approval on them? I mean, to a certain degree, I get to decide what I'm going to wear and things like that. But I have had no complaints about it. I think it looks pretty cute. I can't spend too much time thinking about that. I have a lot of other stuff to think about. But it's really cool.
And Chris, you've been kind of ubiquitous in the last year and a half in indie movies, sort of popping up on random dramas here and there. Why was this the project that made you want to settle down?
Mindy, I wanted to. The writing was awesome from the get-go, and then I sat down and met with her, and it was something I knew I wanted to be a part of, and I'm glad I made that decision. We are having a great time together. She is, when I tell people about this show and what we've been doing on the show, we're on episode 7, and a lot of my friends have been on network television and are on it right now. They hear about what we're doing and what kind of boss she is, and they're kind of really jealous.
What kind of boss are you, Mindy?
Very open, very collaborative, very fun. You'd think that she'd be if it was me, I'd be completely stressed and nervous. She wears all these different hats, but she's completely calm and cool and fun,
Thank you. That's so nice of you. I just love working. I love it. It's so much fun. And I only hired people and surrounded myself with people that I just loved, that are either friends or people that I wanted to get to know better, admired so much, like Chris, who wasn't even going to do a TV show. And so many people were like, no, he's not going to be open to that. And I was just like, I kind of had to win him over. I would try to win over a guy. I was like, okay, I just kept coming back to him, and he kept saying no, I don't know, I want to do a show. And then finally he agreed. So it feels really sweet. Whenever I do scenes with him, it's a nice feeling.
And the pilot sort of sets up what's a love triangle, but I understand that that's not really the direction that you guys ultimately decided to go creatively, right?
Well, I mean, the show we want it to be since it's not a movie and it's going to be a series, we want both of the characters to date lots of different interesting people. And, we haven't even ruled out that, either of our characters could get married. And, I think that it's sort of too soon to know what's going to happen, but I do know that I love working with him. And I would like to see what that relationship looks like down the line.
And Chris, do you feel any guilt about having vanquished your British counterpart already, in theory?
No, only because Ed Weeks is incredibly funny, and he's got a lot to do, as you'll see on the show, as do all the characters. They have tons to do. So yeah, the love triangle was one thing, and it's more. That's what's so great about television that I've learned, is that you do it and you watch it grow and move and change, and talented people. We have a great writing staff. They can move this way or that way depending on what they're watching happen.